Do you have stiff and tight ankles? Believe it or not, you could even develop low back pain or not get low into a squat because of your ankle mobility. In this video, I'm gonna teach you 3 exercises to show you how you can fix your ankle problem. What is going on? My name is Dr. Nick Bonforte and I'm a physical therapist. And in this video, I'm gonna be going over how you can fix your ankle mobility problem. Specifically, we have to look at the most common issue that is lacking in this joint, which is ankle dorsiflexion. In these exercises, I'm gonna be focusing on addressing the soleus muscle when the knee is bent, because this seems to be the more limiting factor when we're talking about an ankle dorsiflexion problem. So the first exercise, all you need is a box or a bench. What we're gonna be doing is using our body weight to emphasize moving into ankle dorsiflexion. So here's the setup. The most important thing that we have to think about when we're doing this exercise is the heel stays down in contact with whatever it's elevated on as you go into the motion. So what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be driving this knee as far forward over the second toe of the big foot. Now you can go in different directions, a little bit outside to the second toe, a little bit to the inside of the second toe, but in general, for this purpose of this exercise, you just wanna think about driving the knee as far forward over the toes as possible. Then you can grab the side of your bench, you can use your chest and get a little bit of overpressure of your body weight, a little bit of overpressure into this motion to feel a nice stretch in the back of the calf, the Achilles. With this one, you're gonna just hold it for a second or two, and then you come back out of the position, and then you're just gonna repeat. You're gonna go into the motion, hold, and then back out. Then you go into the motion, and I feel, a little bit of a stretch here, but then it gets emphasized when I hold onto the sides, and I create a little bit of overpressure with my body weight, and that really emphasizes the back of the calf stretching. Now notice my heel, every time I go in, I'm keeping awareness of not letting it pop up as I go bringing my knee over my toe. That will de-emphasize what you're actually trying to address, which is this motion, because we're stretching it more into ankle dorsiflexion, the limiting factor, when the heel stays down. So if the heel pops up, we're kind of defeating the whole purpose with this. So again, the knee is gonna travel as far as you can over the toes. You get to the sides, you get a little bit of overpressure with the body, and then you come back out. And you're just gonna be repeating in and out. Generally, I hold it for about a second or two, do about 30 reps. It gets the ankle moving quite a bit, and you can always modify and create more of an emphasis on more reps, but whatever fits you to get the ankle moving and feeling a little bit looser in this position is a great start. The next up, we're gonna be working on ankle pronation. The reason why we're gonna be working on it is because in order to dorsiflex properly into the ankle, your ankle needs to pronate a little bit so that the knee can advance over the toes. In this case, if your ankle, your midfoot can't pronate, you're gonna hit a bony block when you try to move forward, and then that can cause some of the restrictions that you might be feeling. So for an example, in my case, I have pretty high arches. So this case, my midfoot is basically up. I have to work on the ability to get this middle of my foot down towards the ground. And I'm not talking excessively, but it has to move down a little bit. So in order to bring this down, we have to work on ankle pronation. That will basically help the middle of the foot drop down towards the ground a little bit, which will then clear the bone, so then the bone can actually move forward on the ankle without being obstructed. So let's check it out. So with this exercise, my foot is elevated on this foam pad. What I'm gonna do is, in order to create pronation of this midfoot, we're trying to drop my arch of my foot down towards the ground, is I'm gonna go forward with my knee and in a little bit until I start to feel a nice stretch all to the inside of my leg right here and into my arch. So I'm gonna go forward and in, and when I do that, I feel a massive stretch all through here on the inside of my leg. Now you don't wanna just force the position and get into an uncomfortable position at your knee, because the idea is to actually just stretch the inside. So you have to be careful of that. So you want to go forward and then in. I feel a nice stretch onto the inside, and then I come back out of it. You could hold for a duration of time, or you can go for a few seconds and come back out of it, depending on how much you can tolerate and your goals. But in this case, I typically go in for a couple seconds and then come back out. And the idea with this is, again, just to create that pronation of that midfoot. And the idea is when we improve the ability for this to drop down towards the ground, it clears the space and allows the bones of the ankle to move forward, helping the ankle dorsiflexion movement. So again, forward, collapse the knee in a little bit. I feel a nice stretch all on the inside of my ankle and my lower leg, and I come back out of it. I'm just gonna do some reps in and out of the range of motion to ultimately improve pronation, which then ultimately helps ankle dorsiflexion. The next exercise up is working on ankle dorsiflexion liftoffs. The purpose of this one is to address the front shin, what's called the anterior tibialis muscle, actively. What this does is produce activation into this motion. So we're teaching the body how to control this motion versus just passively moving into a stretch. So we have to always think about activating into a new range to teach the body how to actually control this new range of motion. So we're gonna be in this exact same setup with the leg elevated on the box. From here, you're gonna bring your weight and overpressure it just for like a second. And then from here, as I start to lean backwards like this, I'm thinking about getting the top of my foot towards my shin. So I'm lifting it up as far as I can. And once I get to the point where I feel it really activating my shin, I'm just gonna hold it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the idea is you wanna try to get the bottom of the foot off the box or the bench you're using when the knee is as far forward as it can be. So for an example, when I'm in this position, there's no way I can lift my top of my foot towards my shin in this position at all. I'm trying to lift my entire foot off the box. It's not happening. It's only gonna happen as I bring myself out of the motion a little bit further until my body says, oh, I can control this range of motion. So from here, I'm trying, and then right there, I finally lose contact with the box, and that's the position that it really activates, and I can actually lift off the box. Hold it, and then I come back down. Overpressure myself a little bit into the range. I'm trying to lift my foot off the box. It's not happening. I'm too far into the range of motion. I start to back off as far as I can, and boom, right there. Now it's off, and I feel my shin really working. So I'm working on the active control of ankle dorsiflexion. So there you have it. Those are some exercises that you can start to do to implement into a daily routine or throughout your day, beginning of your workouts, to help the ankle start to move a little bit better so that we can ultimately improve this common problem of an ankle dorsiflexion problem. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you want to learn a little bit more about how to improve other regions of your body in terms of mobility and flexibility, and get a better understanding of what flexibility and mobility actually even is, then head over to my free masterclass training where I go over more in detail of how flexibility problems evolve and what you can actually do to help fix these issues. So if you're interested, click the link below to head you right over to the free masterclass training. Hopefully you can learn more things about your body throughout that training and what you could do to actually fix some problem areas that you might be experiencing. So if you've really found this video helpful and you want to support this channel, please, it means so much to me if you subscribe, leave any comment or question below, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video that comes out. And I'll be introducing more and more videos throughout the weeks and months to come. So hopefully, again, you found this video helpful, and I will see you next time. This is Dr. Nick, out.